It was supposed to be an amazing day, a father-daughter adventure in a hot air balloon. Tom and his little girl Lily were so excited. They laughed as the balloon took off, rising higher and higher. But then, as minutes turned to hours, their joyful ride turned into a real-life mystery. They never came back, something that kept haunting our small town. Years passed, and folks almost stopped talking about it. But recently, on one of my hikes, I stumbled upon something in the woods that might just unravel everything. But before we start our story, smash the like button, make sure to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you won't miss any new stories. I found myself heading back to that hiking trail where everyone believed Tom and Lily vanished. It seemed like the right place to start after what I found last time. Maybe today was the day I'd find the clue that could finally bring some closure. Every time I lace up my boots for a hike here, I'm reminded of Tom and Lily. These woods have always been my escape, my little slice of heaven, and yet the enigma that puzzled the whole town lingered like an unsolved puzzle. I could never quite shake it from my mind. There was something soothing about the gentle rustle of leaves, but it was tinged with an eerie feeling today. Yet beneath the peace was a palpable tension. The forest seemed to be holding its breath, as if waiting for a revelation. As I trudged along, I couldn't help but feel I was about to uncover something new. "Stephen, there's always been something odd about that area," Officer Dana once told me. Her words stuck with me like burrs on a sock. She believed in her gut there was more to those woods than met the eye. And with only me remembering, it felt like a secret shared between us. Every unusual sound here was a whisper of her warning lingering in the open air, nudging me to look deeper. Despite the familiarity, today felt different. Maybe it was the way the wind echoed through the branches or how the trail seemed to curve in unexpected ways. My gut was nudging me to go further than usual, tugging at my curiosity like an insistent child. So I ventured deeper, sensing that something significant lay just beyond the next bend. Whatever it was, my instincts told me it was important enough not to ignore it. The landmarks I passed were like old friends waving from the roadside, but something felt different today, almost like the air was abuzz with anticipation. Maybe it was just my imagination, or perhaps it was the telltale sign of something hidden waiting to be unearthed. I could sense a shift in the air, a feeling that today's hike was destined for discovery. Only time would tell what was waiting ahead. I remember chatting with Tom a week before he and Lily took their fateful ride. We were close, Tom and I. He always had a sense of adventure, a thirst for new experiences he wanted to share with Lily. "It's going to be amazing, Steve," he had said, his eyes bright with excitement. Now, those conversations were akin to ghosts trailing after me, guiding me through the forest in search for answers. Even now, I could almost see Tom's face lighting up with excitement as he talked about the upcoming balloon ride. He was eager to give Lily the joy of seeing the world from high above, something she could only dream of. "Imagine the views!" he had exclaimed. That ambition fueled him, and it was supposed to be an unforgettable adventure for them both. It was something I knew they had eagerly waited for. As my feet crunched over fallen leaves, memories surged like a tide. I could hear Tom's infectious laugh echoing in my mind, a sound that always lifted my spirits. And Lily, with her irresistible charm, holding Tom's hand with unadulterated trust and hero worship in her eyes. Each step seemed to bring back those cherished moments, making the air around me hum with reminders of what a profound loss their disappearance was. As I walked deeper into the woods, the trees seemed to lean in, whispering secrets only I could hear. Leaves rustled in a way that felt more like a conversation than just the wind. I stopped for a moment, letting the forest speak. It was as if the woods themselves remembered Tom and Lily, urging me to listen closely. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was drawing me closer, almost begging for my attention. Out of nowhere, a strong breeze swept through, almost knocking me off balance. It reminded me of the stories about the hot air balloon ride, especially the fierce winds Tom mentioned. It was like a ghost from the past decided to pay a visit, making me shiver despite the warm sun. I couldn't help but think how unpredictable the weather must have been that day, turning an adventure into a mystery. I paused by a sturdy oak, overwhelmed by thoughts of what might have happened up there in the sky. My mind played scenarios over and over: a sudden gust, a shift in the wind, Tom trying to steer the balloon. I imagined Lily's wide eyes, catching the thrill, then perhaps the fear. It was hard to piece it all together, but that sense of wonder and danger lingered in the air around me. I remembered Officer Ruiz telling me about the unusual weather that day. There were reports of strange weather anomalies, she had said, her brow furrowed as always. She was convinced the winds that day were stronger than usual, stirring up more than just the leaves. I couldn't shake the image of that balloon battling the elements, a fragile vessel against the forces of nature. It was a haunting thought that never left me. Back then, the town buzzed with theories. Some whispered about foul play, others spoke of freak natural disasters, but still, the mystery loomed larger than life. I gave myself a good shake, like waking from a daydream, determined to keep moving toward the rocky cliff ahead. As I neared the cliff, I noticed feathers scattered along the ground. They looked fresh, like the birds had left in a panic. I smiled at the memory. Tom used to dream about spotting rare birds from a balloon with Lily beside him. The trail felt familiar, the leaves whispered, and the wind tugged like it remembered everything. I made a silent vow I would uncover the truth about Tom and Lily's disappearance, no matter how long it took. As the trail thickened, branches pulled at me, but I pressed on. Suddenly, I broke through to a clearing. It was unexpected, open and bright, a pause in the middle of dense forest. Drawn to a ridge I hadn't explored before, I followed a quiet pull. The path was rough, less traveled, but something about it urged me forward. As I scaled the rocks, Officer Ruiz's words echoed, "Keep your eyes open, Stephen." The climb wasn't easy. This wasn't just curiosity anymore. It was about closure. For Tom, Lily, their families, and the town still haunted by silence. Answers wouldn't bring them back, but maybe they'd bring peace. Then I heard Ito rustle in the distance. It wasn't loud, but it broke the forest stillness. I froze, ears straining. Wind? Animal? Or something more? Ruiz once told me to track the landscape, and I did. Every tree, boulder, and dip in the land became a marker. Then I saw Eytholf buried near the rocks. An object jutting from the ground caught my eye. As I neared, my breath caught. It was a backpack, weathered, dusty, and unmistakably familiar. I knelt, pulling it loose. Orange fabric, dulled by time, revealed itself beneath the debris. The moment I dusted off the backpack, my eyes fixed on something familiar. Embroidered plainly were initials that nearly knocked the wind out of me. TW and LW Tom and Lily. My brain stalled, struggling to process what I was seeing. Taking a breath, I unzipped the pack and found a notebook filled with sketches, strange landscapes I didn't recognize. Each drawing told a silent story, scenes unlike anything I'd seen before. Sitting on the ground, I traced the lines. The shapes and curves hinted at places unknown yet oddly familiar. I took out my phone and texted Officer Ruiz. "Hey Dana, I think I found something about Tom and Lily," I wrote, attaching a photo of the backpack. This wasn't something to keep to myself. These sketches could be the first real lead. As I gripped the notebook, I felt sure of it this was the key. The images looked like a map of a place I hadn't yet reached, but somehow needed to. I began matching what I saw in the drawings to the world around me. Our determination felt like an unspoken agreement we were in this together now. I followed the path deeper into the mountains. The wind carried whispers, like secrets, nudging me forward. As I hiked further, I couldn't help but wonder, what could have been enough to keep Tom and Lily here? What had drawn them to this remote ruggedness? The landscape stretched out, holding its mysteries tight, but each step felt like peeling back a corner of the past. Had they discovered something so captivating, so essential, that they chose to stay, hidden from the world we knew? Reaching what looked like the peak, truth glimmered just beyond my grasp. It felt close, yet just out of reach. Shadows shifted in unfamiliar ways, and the world below seemed far off. I stood still, sensing a mystery unresolved, pressing heavily on my back. I pictured Lily, her bright smile, clutching her favorite stuffed animal, a small comfort against the vast unknown. Her spirit felt woven into the landscape. What had she felt up here? The forest around me pulsed with life, encouraging me forward. This wasn't a simple hike anymore. Every whisper in the leaves felt like a sign urging me on. I believed their story wasn't over, and that gave me purpose. Pushing through thick brush, I noticed an almost hidden entrancea gap veiled by vines. It was small, like a forgotten doorway into the unknown. My heart pounded. Could this be what I had been searching for? I stepped forward, curiosity outweighing fear. Inside, cool air wrapped around me, and my flashlight revealed shifting shadows on the cave walls. Doubt tugged at me, but something stronger urged me forward. Dust stirred with my steps, and faint footprints appeared along the ground. The cave felt alive, like it remembered. Then I saw Ida makeshift campsite. Logs arranged in a circle, ashes cold but present. A haunting familiarity swept over me. Had Tom sat here, telling Lily stories by the fire? Near the site, something soft caught my eye beneath the leaves Lily's stuffed animal. My breath caught. Memories surged her, laughter, bedtime routines, stories shared. What did this mean? Was it a sign they'd survived? The map in the notebook had led me here, and now the drawings began aligning with the cave's layout. Each sketch matched the contours around me. Hope and unease tangled together. Scattered nearby were more signs, a scarf, a carved wooden charm. Each piece told of resilience, of care. I pictured Tom watching over Lily, trying to make her feel safe. These weren't just lost objects, they were traces of a life lived here. Then Officer Ruiz arrived. Her gaze scanned the cave, her expression tightening. "This suggests they survived out here," she said quietly. Her words confirmed what I felt. We had found something significant. The mystery wasn't over, but we were on the right trail. We stepped out into the sunlight. Warmth touched our facesa contrast to the cave's cold truth. A new chapter had begun. This journey had bound us together, not just in solving a mystery, but in honoring a story left untold for too long. And we weren't done yet.